Hey guys, what's up? Lately, I've been having a little bit of back problems. I don't know. It's either I don't even. It's either the way I sleep or the while exercising. I want a proper posture, or while walking, I don't have proper posture. I don't know which one of these, or it could just either be both of these. But yeah, I was actually not sure whether to stream today because of that. Feeling I mean, it's not that bad. Not as bad as it was on last Thursday. But last Thursday, it was okay, and then on Friday, I mean, it was bad, and then on Friday it was like okay. Right now, it's yeah, like I'm really feeling it. Alright, enough about the back. Okay, so over here so far, what I see is about three colors actually. It's the one that can zoom in a little bit. But yeah, I only see three colors. Maybe if I, it's this one that shapes the edge right of each of these. Then it's this dark, almost blue. I don't know if that's blue or gray color around this, and then on top of that is this light color. Mm. So basically, what I did was add a dark. I think what happened here was they first added this dark color, and then they added this, and then this part in the middle basically. Mm. I kind of did it a little bit different. I've added this gray. I'm gonna now add this light gray around these edges, and then probably also add. I'll search for another darker gray, maybe like a bluish gray, I guess. Instead of just using gray like I did with this one. So let's move this. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna call it edge gray. Maybe let's just put it because it's a light. Okay, wait, let's actually change it. It's a light gray, so I just want to indicate that it's a light gray. So let me check the name. So let's not just make it just a plain gray. I guess let's add a little bit of blue to it. The thing is, I wanted to be a little bit different than this one, the original one. Yeah, there's something wrong. Colors over here are not. Yeah, it's homemade, so kind of felt that there was something wrong. What happened here? I always change it to standard. It just gives you the proper colors of this. Also, I'm gonna manually add some AO to this, rather than doing it. And that would before adding this, so that I can see how it I know I can put a light here and just let the AO generate itself. But, okay, now I'm actually thinking about that. Let's just continue with this light gray, and then I'll think about the other part. Okay. Really, I don't want this affecting the ones below. So what I'm actually gonna do is just switch in. Just want to select these two, and then just focus on only that for now. Okay, let me just save this code. It's slow right now. You're gonna bring that reference a little bit here actually, but I can actually see this. There's I was listening to something, and they said what they said was that artists like to take things very slow. Uh, like you get a project, right, and it take forever to actually make that project. Instead of doing it as quick as possible. And when we do something as quick as possible, we usually reduce the quality. And honestly, that's true. And for people, actually, it was like I think it was Andrew Tate. I'm not sure who said it. But basically, it was a way to say that if you want to run a business, right, you should do things very fast. And so I just don't remember who said it, but that speed is actually a lot more important to get things done, and the faster you actually, let's switch that to, the faster you do things, the more what's this, you can get more clients, basically more clients, and basically more money. So it was like and if you take things too slow, if you like spend a week to do a project which that it can actually take you a lot more less than that to do it. Basically it's like you're letting away those other opportunities that you could have had. Basically it's like your time wasting. And honestly, in a way it's true. Certain things, for me, I feel that it's the case, but it's also if you want something to be good quality, obviously you need to spend more time. And because actually most of the time, to get that object into good quality is not spent on creating the creating it. I think it's mostly spent on reviewing it, basically rechecking whether it's actually the type of detail that you want. For me, it's mostly because I think this project, it's so far it's taken me quite some time, but honestly I feel like if I wasn't doing it on stream, I would have been a lot more faster, provided that I dedicate time to it, I guess. Like at least a minimum of like 4 hours per day, 4 hours per day. I feel like probably within a month, actually not even a month, just for, let me see this, switching again. I feel like I'm not that fast. but I feel like about hmm, probably 3 weeks, probably two if I push it. I guess I would be able, to do that, to pull it off and finish the, you know, character character model and texturing. And in that process, I feel like texturing is the part where that's gonna take a lot more time because I'm adding what's this? Busy spending time adding procedural textures instead of just getting images from what's this? From these websites and just use that as texture basically. This part is actually not that important. And also, it works if you're not distracted. So the more distracted you are, the slower the progress, I guess. And it's easy, to get distracted. That's the thing. Which actually about the texture thing, it's actually a lot more faster to do things, if you just download the textures and use those textures. Because I've seen some texture tutorials, and most of them I've seen them even though when it comes to creating the diffuse texture basically, they also download that and use that as just use stencils to texture that all over the character, which actually I was shocked when I saw it the first time. Whoa, redo this twice. I was shocked when I first saw it, that because I wasn't aware that people actually approach texturing that way. I guess I always thought the exact same way that I approach texturing. It's something that a lot of people do, which for me it was how I was actually taught. It's probably because what our lecture used to do used to teach us the old ways of doing things, and then he would tell us figure out the new way of doing things. So I guess it's something that I've actually never really except when it came to modeling. That's when he actually taught the new ways of coaching modeling, I guess. But because he wasn't good at texturing, or he is good at texturing, but it's just something that he wasn't focusing on teaching. Because of that, he only taught us the ways, the methods that he knew of. I guess that's what I can say actually. And actually, this way of hand painting things, because what the one he taught was get pictures on Google anyway, and use that and start texture all over them. Basically, combine these pictures and create a texture out of that. And for me, I like that method, but actually I didn't like it. So I wanted a way to actually hand paint things, but also procedural textures is something that I actually just started this year. But before that, I was searching the internet for, I think, around 2020. I was actually spending a lot of time searching for ways on what's this on YouTube, searching for ways to actually do the hand paint textures and characters. And for me, the most that I saw was when people would they would texture characters but add only a few colors, which it's okay, but I wanted more than that. I guess I wanted to add a little bit more colors to still make it look like a character. And when I actually found what's this the Blender Studio tutorials, I was like, oh, okay, this is exactly what I was looking for. Actually, it was exactly what I was looking for because it also added no, it introduced what's this procedural textures as well, and I was like, oh, okay, that's you know, maybe that's a method where I could actually um you know use he didn't add them, just he just say that this is a method you could also try as well, which I guess that's a method that I've been following since, but also adding some some things that I learned along the way, I guess. I think that's where most of the texture, because before, I remember creating a lot of characters, and most of them I did not texture. Well, not a lot, uh, probably like 5 to 6 characters, and most of them I did not texture them because I just did not resonate with the method that I was taught in university. Basically, just didn't like it, I guess. Right, it's
You better watch out if you ignite me's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me and he gets caught big pissed off quick. And if you cross him you might drop dead. Metaphorically of course settling the sword, never getting bored, loves the blood and gore, always wanting more, freedom from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force departed. If you start shit you'll be heartless in the darkness, torn apart quick, you left scars ripped to be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
ooh, okay. Let's get the wrong one. Just
I can feel my heart rate, adrenaline pressure. It's stormy weather, lightning, thunder, pouring weather. Yo, I'm a go-getter, try to do it like me, but I do it better. I got a mind that's clever, the beast inside is competitive as ever. I'm conscious, my subconscious, an accomplice to me. I promise the darkness, I can honest believe. But don't cross me.
one thing I haven't done in a while actually is animating. Oh man. And honestly, it's one of those things where I don't know. I think I did it so many times that I feel like it's probably the longest burnout I've had. I mean, if you can consider not not doing something for quite a while, burnout basically, I would call that the longest one. and mostly I think it's obviously I'm gonna do it at some point again. Because back then what I used to do, right, it was I used to do everything, switch between modeling and animating basically. And you know what, I was like I like I like doing this, but I need to actually focus on one. And I guess I made a decision, one or the other. I guess you know, animating had to be stopped, or modeling had to be stopped. And because I actually wanted to learn picture, I said, okay, I'm good at animating, but um, I'm terrible at refining the details. Basically, you know, the block out is good, but the transition from block out to final detail, that's where things are shaky, I guess. That's why I mean, like, I remember whenever I do the block out, I would tell myself, oh, okay, yeah, because most of the details, um, for me, when I approached animating, was like, I need to be able to see the character do everything um, during the block out stage, basically. All the principles that of animation, I need to be able to at least tell that I've added them, I guess, in the block out. And from there, all that's left is brushing it, to and fixing a few mistakes, I guess. And it worked really good. It's just that it's so annoying, especially when you had to do the final details part. But because that's where I was actually spending a lot of time, doing even the black flip that I have on this Twitch, one of my screens. It took quite some time. I think I spent about 3 weeks, probably a month, doing it. And the reason why it was slow is mostly because of the refining detail part. And what used to frustrate me actually was the fact that what's this? You would do this like amazing block out, right? You would see every detail, to the point where I actually, was satisfied, and I felt like the block out is telling me everything that I need to know about what's happening to this character, basically. But then, I would switch it from block out, because it's what constant. I use constant as block out, and then switch it to the other method. I forgot what it was. Basically, whenever I did that switch, I would see so many mistakes, and that was that was draining. I don't want to lie, but you'd see so many mistakes, and refining that detail, because what I was doing was refining each, separating it into starting with the torso, and then doing the left leg, doing the right leg, doing the left hand, right hand, and then the head, I guess. And I don't know. That process was what took. I think the blockout could take me about at least um probably like 4 days to get a proper um blockout. The one that I felt I was satisfied with, basically. And then getting the rest of the result would usually need spend about 2 weeks. Yeah, because that's the point where um what's this? You fix the mistakes, the obvious mistakes, right? And then comes to a point where you need to actually start to refine it a little bit more. Probably like I would say the first mistakes that you would need to fix is more rotations and these type of things. And then after that, it's like just checking if everything is as smooth as we wanted. I feel like the black flip was actually not even as smooth as it should be, but that's at that point I think I was already frustrated and just left it there. That was before I knew the technique where never to leave your work frustrated. You know Always strive to actually get some fun, even if it's the last, and end with that fun moment, basically. That that would it would encourage you to continue doing the project, basically. Yeah, it was before I actually knew that, and it actually works. Because I remember that some days I would, especially when doing the backflip, I was actually excited to go back and, refine it a little bit more. And then other days, I wasn't actually, and that was mostly because, I would just, other days, especially when I recorded myself, actually, that's part where I was actually enjoying it a lot. Recording it and then starting to realize the can I say, the corrections that I needed to implement, basically. When you notice these mistakes, and then you're like, oh, okay, now I see that mistake, and now I need to actually add this to the shot, well, fix it so that it's like that, basically. Whenever I notice these things, and end up in the day while at least having fixed one of these things that I've noticed, I guess that always led me to feeling that the next day, I should do it with as much passion as I had following the previous day, basically. And whenever I didn't, I guess that's when I would switch to doing modeling characters. Yeah, for that day, I guess. And it's shocking that texturing was actually something that I used to neglect doing, I guess. Which, it's weird because back in university, most of the characters I've made, I've textured them, and not that they were good textures, but they weren't. I guess I didn't feel that discouraged to do textures, but the moment I felt that I don't want to follow that method. That's when the characters that I modeled, I didn't want to texture, I guess. And also it's also the fact that I didn't like using Photoshop as the area where I had to texture, because it was annoying, the fact that you had to, what's this, texture the character, unwrap, do the UVs basically, right? And once you've done the UVs, take the UVs to Photoshop as a that image. I think it's actually here, I'm not sure. You would import it as used to call it gift or targa file, targa file actually, not uh, targa file. You would import it as a targa file, something like that. I mean, that's when I was actually using VH Max. It was actually annoying. And I just wanted because I didn't have the Substance, because around that time Substance was, it was back then, Substance was actually free, but it's just one of those things you weren't aware that they are that good, and I actually didn't understand the actually. I can't believe it was once free. Yeah, so back then I only resorted to using what I actually knew, and that was Photoshop. But yeah, like I said, I just didn't enjoy texturing in Photoshop, so I haven't actually tried what's this, importing these models into Photoshop and try to texture it, and that was slow, extremely slow. It was terrible texturing, and you know what, I guess that's when I actually transitioned to Blender. Yeah. After realizing that after actually finding the tutorial for Blender where I would texture everything, I would do everything in Blender, that's when I was actually satisfied, I guess. I started, using this method of doing projects. Oh, shit, I should have said it first. Save this. I think I just moved from topic to topic. Yeah, anyways, make this.
For the high stakes heartbreak that surrounds me. You want me, you won't let me go. So I burn slow. I can feel you coming like a wildfire. I'm just a fuel, baby, you're the light. If I'm not careful, you'll burn right through my soul. Burning like a wildfire, dying on my soul.
But like I remember the one thing that it was, I feel like it was lazy back then, but it was a mentality that most of if you're going to like have a client, right, most of them would not know how you actually did the process, the process that you took to do the project basically. I feel like it's one of the reasons why artists decided, some projects that it's just me, just thinking. Some projects, especially if you know that you can do it a lot more faster, right? Mm. Instead of letting them know that the project is something you can do within a week, you know, mm, you would actually just tell them that, yeah, it's a lot of work, and let them assume that, it's gonna take you a long time. But it doesn't work now. These days, people just Google that information, how long does it take to make a character? Okay, this guy is telling me, nonsense. But when you Google, and that's the thing where right now, uh, many people that you commissions that you would do basically, because they get the information from Google, right? They assume that everyone that does this in this field should at least, on average, be able to do it at the speed, and that Google actually tells you based on professional, level, um, access. It basically tells you details based on the opinions of professionals, not on people who are, I would say, intermediate or beginners, basically. Because obviously, it's gonna take you a lot more longer to actually do that if you're doing intermediate than when you're a professional, basically. And I feel like my skills are going to the, not professionals, no, uh, the honestly, when I'm being honest, right, I would say it's right between, let's say, this is the scale of beginner, professional, right, and the middle is the, middle basically, and so I would say it tilts just above the middle, uh, just, you know and because of that, I would say, um, the reason for that is that the modeling skills is still, a little bit lacking, and especially the picturing skills, because I know that there are faster ways of doing things, but then, I still, there are faster ways of doing things, but I still follow certain methods which are actually slow, and also the same, I would say, what's this, there are certain things that I'm still not aware of, when it comes to modeling, like, which, important details on the body, basically. The fact, so far, I would say that the ones that I know are the obvious ones, like, if you're gonna create a base smash, right, like, you should at least have a clavicle on it. That's pretty much obvious information, I feel. And also, I would say that Also this part, you know, this part on the hand, and if you can see it like here. So this part is a part where this dip, you know, this bump, what do you call it, concave detail there. I'm aware of that. You know, because when you look at some characters, they have an elbow, but you don't really see this part. And it's understandable, especially when you're creating like a low poly character. But even low poly characters, you know, they should at least have that. Right, it's actually not bad, but regardless of how it looks right now, the end result is when it's connected to the BSDF. So that result is the one that we actually want. Okay. Alright, it seems okay, I guess. I think this okay, this add-on has actually made me forget how to work with vanilla blender. Like you know, I've used it so many times that I actually don't remember how to switch between interfaces, modes basically, using the vanilla workflow. Texturing, I don't think you need skincare keys, but just for those who need them, so that's like all you're seeing is left mouse click. um, yeah. Alright, let's like that. I know this part is actually supposed to be leather, but I've decided to just leave it as metallic art. What did I do? I forgot to add to do the procedural picture thing. I don't want to end with the HQ, honestly. I guess something I'll have to maybe write it down and so that I can start with it.
Winter's here, the snow is falling on a car as we drive.
So I was actually, like, I don't know for how fast you guys read, but some people like read fast. For me, I would say in a year, right, I can at least finish about that's just me, right? I know that if I dedicate the time I use on, just scrolling on social media or reading comics, right, I'd probably read a little bit more. I'm talking about books, not reading in general, right? I'm talking about either soft copy or hard copy novels or not comics. Because if you read comics, then I read a lot. But oh, not comics, but actually manga. But I was reading about this guy, and what he basically said is that he reads about 200 books in a year, and at first I thought it was I just couldn't believe it, that's a lot, but then when you realize that you spend so much on social media and so much time on social media, if you actually dedicate that much time just reading, you might actually pull it off. But for me, I think that'll probably, I don't just read for the sake of reading, I guess. I read because I want to learn certain words. Basically, if I find words in a book, that's where I pause and start searching on Google and start trying to uh, think of my own sentences with those circles, with those words, not circles. Um, and what I've realized that is it takes me about just one word, right? Like when I read a word in a book and I don't see it at least for the next probably like tomorrow, I would forget the meaning of the word basically. Yeah, that's how thick it is. So usually it takes quite some time repeating some of these words and understanding what they are. That's why um when I see a word, even if it's the same word that I know that word, but I just don't remember the meaning of it. So because of that, my reading time is quite slow actually. Um, it takes me a month to read a book. So I mean that's when I'm searching the words, and if I'm not searching the words, I would say probably about if I'm dedicated, I would say about mm, 14 days, maybe almost a week, 2 weeks. Actually, that is 2 weeks. Um, so yeah, that's how long it takes to just read. And what he said is that but what he said is based on the fact that a person reads about 400 words per minute basically, um which if you're that fast at reading, yeah, definitely, you can pull it off. You can even go beyond just 200 books per year. But I mean, you would really have to be enthusiastic for you know reading, especially when you really have to be dedicated. I feel, and with games and all this entertainment, it's it's not. I don't see our generation basically pulling that off. Unless you're someone that grew up in a household that way. You didn't get to play games. You didn't have get the PlayStation or any console basically, or computer. I feel that's then like obviously you would have to find something to entertain you. But apart from that, with all this um yeah, I don't see it happening. What exactly could be this lighter gray that they show here? Is it like adding some spec to the metal, or what? Let's do this one first. Wait. I did unwrap this, right? The worst thing is, especially when you're using vertex color, that the colors stick to the model or to these groups, so probably won't be sure that actually you have to make sure always that you actually unwrap this, because with texture paint obviously you have to unwrap it. I think yeah, you have to unwrap it, but with this it's not really necessary to unwrap the model if you're not gonna import the model to another software basically. Then it's really not necessary to do it. Unwrapping is just so that you can actually use that in another model, in another software.
Falling down these lies again. This feeling that I have deep down inside. I just wanna be the one you need. And now I need you by my side.
I wonder where the blender is. I realized that it's no longer. Actually, it's been almost a year now. I actually just noticed it recently when I went to his YouTube just to check most of the most of the things he adds they were actually interesting to follow along, although it was hard, I guess, for me, especially follow, because he doesn't have any he has subtitles, but it happens so fast that you won't catch on what he's doing, I guess. Yeah, it's been a year since he's actually uploaded anything. Oh.
I got a piece of my heart that's covered in gold. You know I'm one of a kind, or so I've been told. No matter where we go, I know we're gonna make it. No matter where we go, I know we're not alone. We face it all cause now we know that we can take it. We face it all cause we go big or we go home. Dance like you made it, you found it all. This is paradise. Dance like you made it, you found it all. This is paradise. This is paradise. This is paradise. Yo. Don't be afraid to let go, just a little bit more. Taking the heavenly glow, we've come to adore. No matter where we go, I know we're gonna make it. No matter where we go, I know we're not alone. We face it all cause now we know that we can take it. We face it all cause we go big or we go home. Dance like you made it, you found it all. This is paradise. Dance like you made it, you found it all. This is paradise.
You know what I've realized about speed sculpting, right? Actually, anything with speed, right? Is that it forces you to do things without what's this? Almost like doing something, but trying your best not to repeat the same motion. So basically, here I'm like doing this about 3 times and moving on, right? If I was doing this with speed in mind, I would just do this once and then do that, and basically that's what I've realized about especially when I'm drawing. I notice that especially when I try and do like 2 minutes gesture drawings, which I hate them honestly. It leaves you with this satisfied feeling, because always all you're doing is just fast motions and you're not getting the result that you want basically. And what it basically does, it takes you out of focus. Say if you're too focused on getting that that shape of the thigh correct, it takes you out of that focus and makes you well, at least you start to do things with time in in mind basically. And to do that, you need to do it in, can I say, with the least strokes basically. And but at the same time, you need, what I'm also trying to do is trying to maintain a good quality line. So I'm not just doing it roughly and leaving it as a terrible line basically. I do it I try to do it basically. I try to do it as can I say it, as clean as possible. Well, not clean, but just with enough detail to let you know that this is a part that will form the thigh basically. And that is challenging part honestly. because other times you find yourself just doing things in a bad way, I guess. Mm. And honestly, when it comes to sculpting, you also notice similar thing, I guess. It basically removes you out of the thought of being too focused on the detail. Basically, you just want to create a leg as roughly, well, not as roughly, but as quick as possible, while making it look convincing that it's a leg. Mm, and honestly, for me, I feel like the process creating the pelvis and the neck, the head, that's so easy. I feel, I go through that process within just 10 minutes. Of course it's a rough, it's not like I'm adding details to the model. It's just base models. But once it comes to the leg and the hands, basically, that's where the trouble is, I guess. Because that's where I somehow find myself lost in the detail, and when I don't create it without the details that that I actually want, to show that that there's to show that there's actually a leg, instead of just a cylinder that I say it's a leg, basically. It's quite difficult, and honestly that part takes me about mm, let's see, 30 minutes to do. 30 minutes, and my time is actually 1 hour. So during that time I struggle to add the hand and the feet into the base model, because it just takes so much time to do the entire arm and the leg. Yeah, but you know the fact that it takes you out of focus is the interesting part of this. Because that's what the base model is just there to uh, help you create the, I would say, the silhouette of the character. Not being too focused on any other thing but the silhouette of the character. I mean the block out. That's the correct way of saying it. Not the base model, the block out. And honestly, when excuse me, I was watching this guy Polygon do a block out, and he does it so fast. I was like, oh shit, that is insane. That's why you should never really compare yourself to other artists, because but he's a professional artist, so it's understandable. It would be weird, if someone as good as him, with creating character that doesn't do a block out very fast, basically. Yeah, I think it about probably like 15 minutes takes him. I'm not sure. Probably like 15 minutes or 20 minutes to make a blog out. That is insane, honestly. That's insane speed. Heaven to the world, okay. Down, 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 down.
Until tomorrow is fading now. I don't know when you're young and wild. There's still our eyes on you, they're watching over. Keep your composure, be your controller. Circle around we went. Could you take me home again? Fireworks all in your eyes, telling me that it's alright. Till the clock runs out, all eyes on you. When the sun goes down, it's just too soon. Won't you take me away? Oh, I can't refuse it. Give me your soul before you lose it.
Ah, shit. I don't know, like, is it, what's this? I feel like it's a streamer thing where, like, when you watch another streamer do something right, it's like, I don't know, probably it's just me, but, like, when I watch, some streamers, right, especially artists ones, when they, like, they're doing an art, right, I don't really, not this, I don't judge how they create process, but other times, you know, like right now what I'm doing, right, they would just pause and talk, right. And in my head I was like, yo dude, I came to watch you do this process, just do the art. Maybe it's just me, I don't know, but I get that a lot, especially when they just pause and they don't, you know, they talk but, you know, they don't talk and do the art as well, I guess. They pause, you know, to read some and, you know, it's understandable because doing the art and reading the comments as well, it's a little bit challenging, I guess. You need to pause to read, basically. But for me, yeah, but I understand that part, but then, you know, then they stop when it's time to actually answer the, basically whatever the question was, right? Then they stop doing the art and answer with their hands, you know, like, oh, okay, wait. You know, while you're busy answering with your hands, those hands could actually be on your computer and actually doing something, you know. Oh man, it's Yeah, it's just me, I guess. I don't know, or maybe it's probably not even a streamer thing, but yeah, artist streamer thing, but yeah, because like I was watching this guy doing I think I mentioned it before. He was doing a motorcycle blockout, which by the way it's amazing. He was actually using Houdin. Really first time I've actually seen it. The interface, everything about it. It's one of those softwares. No, he was using for Cinema 4D actually. No, Houdin I think it's for. What is Houdin for? I think that's. Isn't that VFX software? Hmm. I don't even know how to name it. Hmm. How do you? Is it Houdin or? Hmm. Yeah, no, I don't even remember how to actually write the name, the software, the name of the software. Yeah, but basically, he was actually using Cinema 4D. But the process, it was amazing because it's hard, hard to hard surface is something where I really, tackle it, especially it's way, the what's this? I feel like blockout is actually a lot more important doing it, especially with so many details that you know you have in mind to actually add this. But yeah, he was talking and just that I did watch it eventually. Finished watching the entire thing. But yeah, it was. I guess it's one of those things where you watched it, but you were interested in what he was saying. But then when it comes to the content that you actually wanted to see, it was a little bit annoying having to wait that long just to see the end result, basically. Yeah, don't do what I do. Don't be impatient, I guess. I think it was nah. I don't think it was a bad day actually. It was just me being impatient, and it happens, other times, I guess. Especially when you saw a process of something, he did before, and you just don't remember where you saw it, but you know that in the process, in whatever he's doing right now, he'll probably add or she, the streamer will probably add that process as well. But you have to wait for that, just that probably something that would take about 30 minutes, and you're spending about 4 hours watching that content, I guess. Or you know what's worse is actually missing all of that. That is, I feel like that's a lot more worse. Yeah, missing all of that. But these days, most artists do streaming on YouTube as well. I noticed that some artists do streaming on YouTube, so especially if you miss it on Twitch, you can usually just get that uh, information on YouTube. I don't know why Twitch does that, where it removes the videos. It's unfortunate, but yeah. Alright, that took quite some time. 1 hour probably just doing this. Actually, I started the stream with this actually. 1 hour, 30 minutes. Yeah. Where is that? What I'm gonna do is get this light color, but I just wanna think of the name for this. It's almost it's a gray color, obviously, but gray. You know what I'm gonna do? Actually, this one did not even turn out blue. Oh, that's because I did not connect that. That's why. Now this color just this color just seems a lot more better than what I'm adding actually. Yeah, it's because I didn't actually connect this. Interesting. Okay. I'm not a fan of with this bright colors. That's why I really add them to this. I try to make my colors a little bit desaturated. I don't know, that it felt better with this color, but I don't want that. Maybe like this. I think this would be a lot, but still feels a little bit brighter. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like this and then also add the last color. Mm, mm. Okay, I definitely move this a little bit to the green actually rather than the blue. Hmm. Yeah, it's almost like a mixture of blue and green actually. You can you can see that there is a little bit of that and a bit of that. Ah, okay. I don't want that just this gray. That's why I'm having a hard time deciding what to make it. And let's make it right. No. Yeah. No, let's do the AO actually. Instead of being frustrated about this. Oh, what's that? The AO, I'm gonna move it to the back bag. That means I would need this actually. Let's start with this. Not gonna be that visible to not that visible. Oh, that's because it's underneath. Oh. Okay, wait, no. It has to be on top of this actually. Mm. Now I can just mute this. Mm-mm-mm. Let me do this because I feel like it's actually showing it. I don't know why. Okay, it wasn't actually. Oh, okay. Mm, Right now, I'm not too worried about how color looks. I'm gonna actually reduce it using this. Using the marker. Make it a little bit more of see-through, I guess. I don't want this covering these colors, but it just gives a shade of feeling basically from a distance. I feel like this is almost like a default setting for me, because I always get into the habit of creating AO as texture intake AO instead of using the lighting to generate AO, I guess. Hmm, let me see this.
Thin ice, walking on my own. Playing nice, should I let it go? You said that it would change, but you're going home, and I'm losing hope. Nobody thought it all. But you would never know that I'm still afraid. The things you say are adding numbers to my days. What if you told yourself things would never be the same? Countdown, feel the ticking in my ears. No, is it near the end? Fade out till I disappear. No, 'cause look the other way. You meet you face to face. Words they float away when I'm losing the race. 'Cause I can't play this game. 'Cause I'm still afraid the things you say
You know,
hurting
for hard
numbers to
surface, I
my
feel like
days. What if you
one of the reasons
told
why I actually don't
yourself
calculate that much
things
is
would never be the same?
yes, visually I just can't visualize I just can't visualize how corners, certain corners. Actually, I will show you an example just please. But basically, these corners, it's because for me, what's this? I always want the character to have quads, so because of that, certain hard surface are creating quads on certain areas, and also I also want the model to have a supporting loop. So getting the quads and supporting loops, it's I know these the people suggest that don't get too caught up on that, but I do get caught up in it. So that's the thing, and trying to that I hit all of the top parts. Anyways, trying to let's hide it. I don't want to color on it by mistake. What was I saying? For me, when a model doesn't have a supporting loop, supporting edge is, I don't know, maybe when you visually see it, it's okay when you see the end result. But for me, um, yeah, it's just something about it that when I'm doing it, actually, basically, maybe the end result is okay. Just don't focus on those end results, but in the process of creating that, when I see a model, especially I don't use the what's this, the trees. I feel like it needs some kind of supporting loop, basically. And because, when I don't see it, I just don't see uh, it as a nice model, basically. So, because of that restriction that I placed on myself, I guess, I usually find myself not actually doing hard surface, or I do a little bit of it, but quite a little while, and I only focus on characters, which honestly, even if I knew hard surface, I would focus on characters, but it's a skill that having it would, you know you know it's good to have the skill, basically, hard surface modeling. But yeah, that's one of the things that I feel like, it's restricting me from actually um doing hard surface modeling as much as I should. Because the old man, okay, this is basically what I'm doing right now. I really don't consider it as hard surface modeling. I mean, obviously it's a metal object, but it's part of the clothing, so, and mostly it's almost like just a cube, or rather a rectangle. That's a lot more easier to do, but when it comes to complex detail, let me show you the type of detail I'm talking about. I still can't believe that Twitter now has an X on it. But when you search for Twitter company, it still shows on the company logo. Let me show you. It still shows you the old logo, but it's just that when you enter the Twitter that way, it starts changing to it. Honestly, the old logo was probably a lot more better. I still, I actually like that one. Okay, let's check those hard surface models. Oh damn, this wasn't insane. This project would definitely crash on my computer. But what this guy did was created these scenes using what is this what do you call these yeah, I forgot what you call them. Let's get out of here. Bezier curves, basically. That's basically what it is. Bezier curves. Then he just increased the whatever that made it look like a circle, like a cylinder. But yeah, back to the part about but it's insane. It's one of those things that you just don't think of. Not this. This one I kind of like these because he used a few look at this. Used a few detail to create this. Honestly, That is that is impressive. I know he probably, especially when over here. Look at that. He's transition between that into that. Oh man, that's oh wow. When I saw this, I was like, wait, is this for real? And then look at that. Oh, especially getting that part. I think watching, some of those guys process, Josh, Jordan, Jane, Payne. It's inspiring, obviously, extremely so much. Dude, he's not even caring whether this is what's this? You know, he's not focused on whether it's a quad. You know, most of these are just handguns. And he's getting that result. That's that is insane. Look at that. When I saw this, I was like, oh man, that's inspiring. Whenever I see, because I follow him now, so whenever I see his new way of approaching some of these things, I always say, you never know, you could just use it as at some point, you know, as a reference. Actually, I should download some of those images and put them on Pure. Over here, it's I did this because it's gonna be connected to the dress part, so they should at least be. Although the problem here is that the dress itself is not gonna have this part. Oh man. Yeah. Anyways, guess what you think of that, but yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done over here. I should have only made it on these areas. Since I've made it, I might as well just continue with this. No, that was too stupid. Could have only just focused on one of this. You know what? The feature that would be good is to have in Blender is that multiple axis wait, I think wait, let me try something. But you know in oh okay, you can do that then let's see this I'm assuming that it would be somewhere here or at the top. But anyways, in in ZBrush you can have this like around the object like this. And that's by increasing, what is that? I forgot what that. It would, having something like that here in ZBrush would something similar to that. That would actually be amazing. I know it's just like copying ZBrush, but when you think about it, most of these softwares are like that actually. Just a similar version of another basically. I feel like Blender is actually heading in the direction where it's focusing on geonodes. It's almost like it's the niche that it's discovered. I don't know. I still don't know if there are other softwares that enable you to create geonodes geometries using geonodes or a similar system. I don't know. Never really checked. Honestly, it's an amazing thing because you can do so much with just geonodes. Although creating characters is, that's gonna be a little bit difficult. Possible, but yeah. I felt like I was going nowhere forever. Let me see this. I'm having a hard time moving. I don't know why it does that. Like when you zoom in far too close and trying to move it to the side, right? Not moving at all. Let me come this side because I'm having a hard time texturing from that side.
Running back to my old life, did you leave me burning? Speaking tongues in my head, yeah, that's the way you want it. She called me babies, you're not wasting time. But how could I let her go? Don't you know I might adore you? I'm gonna make the time move slower. We can do whatever your sun's out, make the clouds move over. We can do whatever, yeah. I'm gonna make the time
Alright. Alright guys, on Wednesday I will just gonna end the stream. Ending the stream, so on Wednesday I'll actually finish up this AO part and then just take care of this middle part. I think this is actually gonna be a lot more faster than doing this, because here I'm just trying to get these edges perfectly, so that's why it's so slow. And also add one more color here, yeah, this color in the middle, I guess. Anyways, thanks for watching guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and yeah, enjoy it. Cheers guys.